What is the ecological function of a waterfall, of a creek? Well, there's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of life in the waterfall, a lot of plants and animals going on. But when we think about waterways, water is coming from higher ground here and is moving down into the Mississippi River. Some people in their food forests choose to integrate water systems because they want a natural water purifier. Something that takes their wastewater that doesn't have any toxic chemicals in it, all natural wastewater, that might have a bit of urine, maybe even a little bit of fecal matter, maybe even a little bit of dirt and stuff, and we'll filter it, integrate it into a pond ecosystem. And so what we can do here is look, there's a lot of plants all along the waterfall. So in a food forest, we're gonna make use of the fact that plants purify water in order to integrate that into a greywater system. So some people who have a food forest will do this, especially if they're people who don't use any chemicals in their soaps, in their cleaning products, in their water that's gonna go down the drain. So the water here is falling down. In this kind of system, you would have the water do a gentle stream out of the house, out of wherever it comes, and you'd have an initial pond, a small area with very dense plants. A lot of this is gonna be swamp-like plants because swamps are nature's purifiers. So you'll have a dense area with swamp-like plants, and then maybe that will flow into a greater pond ecosystem. And there you can have fish, perhaps fish that you're growing for food, but also you can just have a lot of ducks, aquatic life, frogs, and have a little pond ecosystem. As far as food forestry or any kind of regenerative agricultural system, ponds are some of the absolute best things we can have ecologically. Ducks, all the bug-eating things, all the frogs, the reptiles, everything that lives in a pond is some of the best. It's some of the best habitat for any kind of ecosystem that you want to have. So a lot of people in their food forest will want to mimic something like this. If you want me to build you a food forest, go to Eternal Period Harvest on Instagram and send me a message. We can always integrate some kind of water feature into that forest ecosystem. But anyways, if you look at this waterfall, this is just coming, I think some of it goes up to street runoff, obviously. It's just coming from the sides of the hills. Maybe it doesn't, maybe this creek doesn't connect to street runoff, but pretty much any kind of street just has a sewer, and a lot of these sewers just go straight to the main river source. So whatever agricultural chemicals people are putting in their lawns, oftentimes just get a straight man-made pipeline down to the main waterways. As far as food forests go, that's one little microsystem, but overall we need to have ecological, plant-powered, green water filtration systems so water can go through natural systems like this down into the main waterways. Even just running through a creek where there's some plants is pretty good. So that's the video. This is a pretty cool waterfall. I was just in there. Bye.